Hey y'all, this is Sky Juice, and you are back with the Soul Vegan Master video series. I'm so glad you came back. And now I want to talk about, we've already talked about why becoming a soul vegan is so essential for health and well-being of our planet. Also, transitioning into becoming a soul vegan. So now we're going to talk about getting started. Okay. Um, there's a few things that you're going to need to get started with this. And certain are tools that you're going to need. You're going to need several tools. And you're also going to need a couple staples. I won't say the actual food ingredients. They are food items, but I would consider them more staples than anything. So I can set up a kitchen anywhere in the outdoors, wilderness, whatever have you, as long as I have two things, a cutting board and a sharp knife. Okay? Because with that, I can smash, mash, stir, whatever I have to do. A cutting board and a sharp knife is so crucial. You don't need a knife set. Okay, that marketing ploy for you get like this whole block of knives. You really don't need a knife set. I'm gonna tell you. You need a few sharp knives and a sharpener to keep them sharp. You need a large cutting knife. You need, in fact, let me get my knives to show you guys. So this is my primary knife that I use. Okay, I don't even know what it's called, but I know it's a sharp knife. See, I didn't get all those technical skills. This is another good knife for chopping. And then this one is a good knife that you want to use to cut like so. And that's really all you need. Those are all the knives. I mean, I have several more knives, but I don't really use more than those in one day. So having some good sharp knives are very crucial to good food preparation. Most people screw up their hands and even the food and the presentation of the food because their knives are dull. Most people, I go to their homes, they have dull knives. I'm sure you have dull knives right now. So getting a sharp knife and a sharpener is good. And not the sharpeners that are behind the back of a can opener. Absolutely not. You can buy them in like Bed, Body, Bath, yeah, one of those stores. Bed, Bath and Beyond, yeah. You can get sharpeners from there or Walmart or whatever store you prefer. I definitely think if you have electricity, because everybody's not off the grid, if you have electricity, you absolutely would want to have a blender and a food processor. Now, I'm not going to say that everyone should get a Vitamix, but my life became better when I had one, honest to God. Vitamixes are a heavy investment. However, there are ways you can get them less expensive. And it is definitely worth the investment. But I wouldn't tell anyone to go and get it until they have determined that this is the way they're going to live. This is what they need in their life. Like the stove is not the only thing you're going to use. When you use a Vitamix, people who seriously use a Vitamix, they're not using it like a blender on the weekend to make a pina colada. They are using their Vitamix to create breakfast, lunch, and dinner almost every day. Okay, I use my Vitamix every single day of my life. A $500 blender is something that you want to use every day. Okay, if you don't embrace this lifestyle, which I'm going to show you, especially about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and how you're going to use a $500 blender on a daily basis, then it's not useful to you. Just go to Kmart, Walmart, one of those stores, and buy you a $40, $20, $50, $60 blender that suits you fine and it'll work. Nothing compares to a Vitamix, nothing, and certain things won't come out as slick and cool, smooth. Sauces and things, desserts, they won't come out at all unless you have a Vitamix. So we'll have to tweak things according to whether or not you have one. But you can still do without, because guess what? I've done without a Vitamix many times. I've had a few, okay, and I've killed them because I use them. Um, Another thing is a food processor. Like a lot of not only raw food, especially raw food, but not only raw food do you want to use a food processor, because you might want to just shred up some carrots, or you want to slice up some potatoes or whatever, and a food processor is done in 1 minute. You just have to love washing dishes and love washing things out. And for me, it's not a problem, because if you just rinse as you go and wash as you go, it's very simple. Um, and those are the primary tools that you really should want to consider when preparing vegan food, raw food, soul food, vegan soul, vegan raw soul, all of the above. A dehydrator is absolutely not a necessity, okay? It is not a necessity. I have a dehydrator and I don't barely use it. However, I'll show you how to use it. But a dehydrator is like next level. It's good to have. It is not a necessity. It's optional. Let me see what else. Another cool tool that I love, and I just got a new one, and I've had the old one I had for like 6 years until it was done, is a mandolin. And a mandolin. Hey, this is Skai coming back at you. Apparently, I was rattling on and didn't realize that the video had gone off. And so while I was trying to edit it and get it ready for the world, I realized that the video had cut off. So I'm back. I had to get ready for another video. But back to the program, I was talking about a mandolin. So here is a mandolin. And basically how it works is you put the fruit or veggie on there and then you slice it along the blade right here. Very sharp. Very sharp. I mean, I've cut my thumb off a few times and it grew back. That's how sharp it is. This contraption can actually be used in place of a food processor, and this is especially good when you don't have electricity. Because I just kind of have this conspiracy concept that eventually we have to know how to live without these lovely modern conveniences. For real, that's how I feel. But anyway, so just to sum up, some of the tools that we're going to be using. I had mentioned earlier in the video that I'm going to talk about a few food staples that are going to be needed, but I canceled that. I'm going to put it in the next video. So the tools that we're going to need, specifically very sharp chef knife and a cutting board, and then a food processor and a blender. A mandolin would be helpful. And that's about it. Of course, the stove and fridge. Of course, you have those things, we're assuming. And that is all the tools that you're going to need to create your soul vegan kitchen. The other things that you're going to need, we're going to assume you already have. Bowls, plates, etc., typical kitchen stuff. But the actual things that are going to create this masterpiece of wellness in the form of food are those things that I mentioned. So let's see what happens next. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you shortly. Peace.